What's going on, guys? In today's video, we're going to talk about training with resistance bands, and I'm also going to review the Bob and Brad resistance band set and the Bob and Brad pull-up assist band set. Check it out. Resistance band training is nothing new. It's been around for a long time. But like the loop band training or the pull-up assist training, that's kind of had a surge recently. Primarily loop band training with all the lower body training that a lot of people have been using them for. But the pull-up assist bands, it's basically like a resistance band without the handles on it. And those have really had a surge. But the function or the use of resistance bands is nothing new. Resistance band training is of great benefit in a myriad of ways. What you get from resistance band training is progressive resistance training, okay? Which forces the muscles to work harder through the range of motion of the exercise. So as you pull the band through the range of motion of the exercise, you get more resistance, so it progressively gets harder. Progressive resistance strength training has been proven to increase strength and absolutely increases functional mobility. Training with resistance bands helps you improve your control, and it also helps your stabilizing muscles. They are tremendous for mobility and rehabilitation. From an athletic standpoint, another great use, and probably the last one I'm going to list in this video, is just they're great for explosive movement, for training explosive movements. For me, training with resistance bands is a strong ingredient in my overall training arsenal. I mean, I use resistance bands consistently. I use them every day, to be honest. For every training session, I use resistance bands to warm up. Sometimes I use them to cool down. On top of that, I use them heavily for mobility. And ultimately, as I'm warming up, I am doing mobility movements to kind of warm up my muscles that I'm going to engage and kind of prime the muscles that I'm going to be working in that session. So I use the bands for warm up, for cool down. I use them for mobility. I use them for stretching a lot. So I use resistance bands, all forms of them, the regular resistance band, the pull-up assist bands, any form of resistance bands. I use them a lot to rehab my body when I can't put heavy loads on them. So I use them to protect my joints. I use them when I have strained muscles, so I can keep training. As far as using them during training sessions or in the meat of my training sessions, like the primary training session, I use them as a supplement sometimes. I will use them instead of weights or any other types of resistance tools. I use the bands for the workout. And then I also use them alongside the other tools that I'm using in my primary workout. So if I'm working out with kettlebells or dumbbells or a barbell or just resistance training or even body weight, I will use the bands alongside that, maybe put a circuit together or add it to the weight, so on and so forth. But so again, I use it as a supplement, I use it alongside. There's just so many benefits to resistance band training, is why it's a huge part of my workout arsenal. That said, I recently was sent the Bob and Brad resistance band set and the Bob and Brad pull-up assist band set. Now I've been using them all week, and I have to say that I do like what's included in these sets. Let's start with the resistance band set. So it's hard to really tell if the resistance band is any different from another resistance band. I mean, sometimes you can tell on the pull, but ultimately it feels like any other resistance band. But here's what makes it stand apart is that what I like, and this is a small thing probably for anyone else, but for me this is a huge deal. Every band comes with the carabiner clip on it. You see that? Okay? Whereas I've had other brands, now this is a lower end band set I bought on Amazon, and this is kind of modeled after the Stroop resistance bands, which are a great brand. But this has a loop here, no clip. So I had to actually go to the hardware store and get carabiners to be able to use these bands because it did not come with any, right? So that's a mark against them. But that's a little thing that they did. Every single band has carabiners, has clips on both ends. So that, for me, that's a win. Next, let's talk about handles, okay? These handles are quality. If they're dense, the material feels strong. Here's another type of handle. This is actually the Stroop handle, and Stroop is a well-known brand, and this is a quality handle. I've used it for a while, but another set of bands I had a handle just like this, and I could not believe it. As I was using the bands, the handle actually ripped in my hand. It completely was destroyed. These hold up, but they still don't feel as strong. The handles that come with the Bob and Brad set, these are strong. They feel heavy duty, like commercial strength. These are strong handles, so that's another plus. Lastly, when it comes to resistance band set, is the anklets. Now, I use these a lot too for my lower body training. Now, this is the anklet from the Stroop set, and this is the Bob and Brad anklet. Now, they're both effective. These definitely feel a bit denser and more heavy duty, and I will say that these feel more higher quality. But these, I've been using them all week, and they're just fine. The ankle straps, there's nothing wrong with them. Again, there's just a difference in feel and, of course, width and so forth. But ultimately, their quality, I don't see why they have to be more than this, so they're good. But, of course, the Stroop ones, I would have to say, feel better. So in the Bob and Brad resistance band set, you get 5 bands starting at 15 pounds and ending at 35 pounds. You get 2 handles and you get 2 anklets. I think that's awesome, and you get all that for $40. Now, that is a fair price for a quality set of resistance bands. And again, not just bands, but bands that come with the clips and the handles and all that stuff. Usually you get a set of like cheaper. You can get cheaper bands on Amazon, but they feel cheaper. So I highly recommend the Bob and Brad, and I'll put a link to purchase them in the description below. But so far, I'm really enjoying those bands. Now let's talk about the Bob and Brad pull-up assist band set. I don't like that name. I get that a lot of the heavier ones, like the 100-pound ones and 60-pound ones, are used for pull-up assist, but I never use these bands for pull-up assist, but I guess that's what they call them. I just call them monster bands, okay? And I think that's because when I purchased mine from Rogue, they were called monster bands, so I always refer to them as monster bands. Anyway, here's a Rogue monster band, which is my top line. Like, these are the ones I like. I've ordered different ones, and I actually had bands that have snapped before, which shocked me. I thought that none of these would snap. And one of them snapped, and you can't see, but it punched a hole in my ceiling here at my gym, and it also gave me a nice little scar here. So, I've had these bands for about 6 years, and there is no wear on these bands whatsoever. So these are like my gold standard when it comes to these pull-up assist bands, and these are made by Rogue. Now, the Bob and Brad bands, they feel like other brands that I've gotten, and what I like about these is they do feel a bit smoother, so when you hold them in your hand, they don't bite into your skin as much as these Rogue ones. But as far as anything else, I can't really tell the difference as far as, the quality of how it's made thus far. But it does feel good, and it is made of quality. There was a set that I had from Wad Fitters that I really liked as far as how the material is a smoother material, and these feel kind of like that. What puts this above other sets of pull-up assist bands that you buy is generally you buy the band and you get just the band. The Bob and Brad set comes with these carabiners, which I've never seen that before with a pull-up assist band set. So you get this clip, which is really cool. In addition to that, you get handles with the clips for the pull-up assist bands. And I've never been able to, or never thought to put a clip and handles onto these loop bands, these bigger bands. I always used the resistance bands that had the clips on the ends. So that was interesting. But I was able to get a lot of cool training in with that. And I realized that I do like, especially when I was able to clip a handle, and I actually have a waist clip to the 100-pound band, which you don't get resistance bands of that that are that heavy. And I was able to get some really cool training in. So I really like the fact that they include this clip and some handles with these pull-up assist bands. That, I'm telling you, I don't know of another brand that does that. All that said, the pull-up assist band set from Bob and Brad is $45 on Amazon right now, which is an amazing price. If you go and look at Elite FTS bands, which are, another gold standard when it comes to pull-up assist bands or resistance bands, or the Rogue bands, you're going to see that the set that you can get from Bob and Brad is a great deal. So check those out. I think the Bob and Brad set and what is included and the price, all of that makes it a great purchase. Now, if you're not doing resistance band training, especially if you're training at home, this is a home gym essential. So look into resistance band training, and if you're looking into resistance band training, I think you should look into these sets of resistance bands. All right? So as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, support the channel so we can keep this thing going. Remember, keep fighting for fit, no excuses, and we will see you in the next video.